Hello and welcome everybody back to Dumbass Class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, and my players as always, as we jump on in to another Dark Heresy episode, where in our last episode we had a little bit of shenanigans going on, to do with hitting the bottle quite heavily and having shooting contests in a nice club. Someone's hand exploded. It was amusing. I suggest you go and watch that episode. But we're going to move on from the shenanigan episode, where it is the next day. Our party find themselves on the planet of Aquafria, in the hive world of... no. Yeah, they're back on the hive where this all started many episodes ago. They're on the planet of Santa Fe. That's the one. In the hive city of Aquafria. They've been given a couple of missions to work on. One is to escort a VIP, a tech priest known as VV420, down into the very depths of the Underhive to look at a piece of archaeotech technology. The second mission is to investigate in more detail the Scolam Terrenia. As a reminder, you have full authority on this. If you want to go in fully disguised, with money, doing black market deals, which you've learnt they do, you have that authority. And the other is to investigate the nobility to a higher degree than what you've done so in the past. So as most of our party wake up early-ish, remembering to do their prayers to the Omnisire or God Emperor, one of our party may wake up a little bit later and feeling a little bit worse. There are a few NPCs who have also had oh yeah, I was gonna roll. Nah, nothing happened between Flame and Tyrannus. Unlucky.
Wait, what?
Why not? Why not?
Okay then.
But sadly Nuffle said no. Nuffle said Flame's a tough nut to crack, apparently. So it is the morning of, I believe you guys had, no you didn't, because you had sickness. So it's actually the morning of 311.988.M41. Apparently you have 7 days until everyone on the starport burns to death, according to Nuella.
Wait, the starport?
Well, not technically the starport. Immigration. When you guys snuck down onto the world, she had another little mental snap.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the starport on the fucking world, not like Star Station or some shit like that.
Believe it if you want. You know, looking into the future, not an exact science.
I would have told the group about that because Liliana kind of believes Natala's ability.
Okay. Well, then we're gonna need to hurry, aren't we? We're gonna. Sorry, actually, I'll wait. I'll wait for a little bit because I'm gonna have to wait for a while to get out of bed. And no one else speaks up.
I mean, Liliana is going to, as soon as she wakes up, she's just going to go to the kitchen area and she will be having breakfast.
Right. Oh yeah, I should be right there.
Why are there two with blue
What?
chess?
No, they're seats. They're seats.
Why are there 2 blue chairs?
Those are extra chairs.
Extra chairs because you've had company round.
We had more than 4 people. We have more than 4 people at the moment in here.
Oh yeah, the servitor would remove the packing crate, send it downstairs.
Yeah, that's fine. We get to keep that packing crate, do we?
Yes, it shrinks a little bit. Fit in with the room's decor.
Okay. All right. Tech priest. There you go.
You know, I launched her into her room.
Okay, so when everyone does get up, I'll join them, and when I eventually wake up myself. So then, we have to kick off an investigation, don't we? Again?
You also need to apologize to the workers because you were shooting at their pole.
What?
What do you remember of yesterday? You tell.
Good roll.
Oh, how's the headache?
Hang on. The fuck?
Do we know what happened to the dude that got his hand blown up?
Yeah, Winter's fixed it,
Ooh.
and he's
What the
sleeping
fuck?
in the gang quarters. What the fuck is this?
They changed it. Hang on.
Wait for you.
Okay. So
Yeah, they did. Wait, what?
this okay, the charm is normal. Also, I just wasted a fucking 9. Fuck me. But intelligence, weapon skill, ballistic skill is all changed? Hang on a second. If I do this... No. Huh. But do one of your attribute or characteristic tests.
They haven't updated this sheet in, I don't know, gotta be 4 years at least. And now all of a sudden they decide that it is the time to add shit like this.
And why don't they do it consistently on all things?
It's a good fucking question.
I mean, I like the new stuff, but make it apply everywhere.
I like that because it makes it nice and clear, but...
I'm sorry, it kind of doesn't, because the person who updated this sheet knows for a fact if you get successes, you add 1 on.
Yeah, that's why it says additional degrees. So you always get 1 for success, and then that's additional degrees.
Oh, okay, no, it does. Sorry, so my setup is I have a light right here where the screen is. So I need to move my head to see. Okay, successes.
Yeah.
Do additional degrees.
No,
then,
it's the same with the only war one as well. It only tells you the additional.
But then it's still only because if you look at that quickly, you'd think, okay, he got 2 degrees. Well, no, he hasn't. He's actually got 3 degrees of success.
It's just something you need to keep in mind of whatever it says there +1, and failure is just always failure.
Yeah. But it's still, they've done a half-assed job. I wouldn't mind if they'd done a proper job, but no, half-assed.
Anyway, my intelligence test means I don't remember much. I remember flashes. I remember lots of drinks, a little bit of crying.
I
Someone hurt
remember.
themselves.
I remember a
Nonsense.
headache off yesterday evening.
So yeah, Darius, the next time you pull out your gun and start shooting the stripper pole, I might have to slap you. Very hard.
Why was I shooting a stripper pole?
Because you got wasted.
Because I get wasted a lot of the times. I don't get wasted and just start shooting things.
Yeah, you did. You actually started competition with the rest of the gang to see who could hit the pole more times.
Huh. I mean, I was thinking about training them. Maybe that's what triggered it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
Oh, anyway, alright. Yeah, I'll apologize to the staff when we get down there, but a bit more pressing. Did anyone get hurt?
Yeah, one of our boys actually lost his hand.
Yeah,
Did the medic get them?
we need to invest in reliable weapons that
Oh,
don't
yeah.
blow up when you shoot them.
You need to thank Winters, by the way.
Yeah. Well, if I got to the point where I was drunk enough, I don't really remember much. I doubt it really hurt that much at the time. It's gonna be a shock from this morning, though. Right, I'll apologize to the staff. I'll talk to the guy, and yeah, that's sort of.
Also, I told Mandy to cut you off when you're drinking with the boys, and that's non-negotiable.
How often do you see me actually drink?
Well, I think the first time I saw you drink, you started shooting at the stripper pole, so once?
There you go, then. Regardless,
There
where's everyone else?
Good a shrug. Mrs. is still asleep.
I'm going to call for the servitor to wake everyone else up.
I will go wash my dishes while you do that.
Understood.
Go to the table.
Alarm protocol activated.
You went to go wash your dishes and you left fucking roll 20. Alright. So yeah.
The alarm protocol has been activated. Wake your sorry ass up. Wake your sorry ass up. By the Omnisire, you lazy cretin. Wake your ass up.
That's almost as good as my actual alarm clock.
That passive aggressive of the...
He repeats. Winters, you hear a servitor screaming at you.
A very angry string of binary erupts from Winters' room.
Get up!
No,
Servitor
fuck
knows
you.
its job is done, and it leaves.
You're awake at least, there you go.
Out of character, I feel like the servitor should just kick him out of bed. Because
You can't harm any humans. Yet.
Well, will the combat inhibitor being disabled?
No, he's not programmed for it. He is
Yeah,
a multitask servitor, but violence is not in his programming.
Yeah, that's why there's a combat inhibitor. Right. So, besides me apologizing to the staff and some other things, we do need to begin looking into some of the investigations we need to perform here.
What's the most pressing issue?
Well, apparently the spaceport's going to be consumed in flame. Not our flame, but fire.
Sure about that?
I mean, if she finds out what happened to the homeworld, our homeworld, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Like many of us, she's... I fear that she's balancing on a razor's edge. Anyway, we need to look into the nobles, get the Mechanicus personnel down to that old bunker complex. Maybe take a look at the Skulla again. The Skull. What else? The dignitaries that are here. the new dignitaries that are here. Mordecai, if you didn't hear it last time from Space Sickness, whatever it was, the dignitaries that are on World and the other Lord Commander?
Yep, Lord Commander.
They all seem to have ties to the old planetary governor.
Oh no, not the Lord Commander.
The Lord Commander doesn't.
No. So the world that Jim's old character, who is now Inquisitor, was investigating, they have ties to some of the nobility on this world, some of the old families that were purged on this world, and they've been moving assets around.
And some of them are actually here.
Yes. And there's another Lord Commander in this above this planet, which is ridiculously ridiculous. There's only 5 of them. There should not be 2 in the same place unless it's, you know, like
A war council.
Reboot Gilliman's birthday, or like a war council, or even then they don't want to have everyone in the same room.
Especially these two, which are rivals.
Yes, these two are actually rivals as well. And the other suspicious thing was that the inquisitorial agent who is with the Lord Commander, who has the cyber raccoon, who is on this world, he can't get in touch with the other Lord Commander who is aboard his vessel in orbit. Every time he sends messages, the messages get deflected by personnel. Basically, say he's been fobbed off. Basically.
Yeah. And Sebastian Roy, the Lord Commander we initially met on the, well, not met, but know of on this world, has been rickwalled, basically.
Yeah.
Every time he sends out a request for contact, he has to go personally. Communications and stuff aren't going through. Appointments and shit aren't working. He has to go to the personnel personally to talk to them, which is odd. There's something about I can't remember this one. There was something about where's Marzicus. Yes. That house. They had. What was it with them? I know they have ties to the guard, and they have something important going on because of the mustering.
They were a military house.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where Total Recall would be in handy. See?
Yeah.
Oh no. Is there Alright, just out of character, do you remember what we learned last time? Like, you don't have to specifically say, but do you remember what specifically we learned?
Yes.
Alright, can I make an insight roll or something to try and remember it? Wait, there is no insight in this.
Wouldn't be insight. It would be probably a flat intelligence roll. It's not that difficult, so I'll give you a +10.
Okay. Okay.
I'll give other characters a chance to remember certain bits. Like obviously Mordecai wouldn't, because he was sick at the time. But for anyone else, yeah, they can roll. Okay, all right. Liliana gets it. So the military house has ties to the rogue trader.
Wait, which rogue trader?
The one that Winters has been finding tracks of throughout the subsystem.
The rogue trader that was linked to the heretic.
Yes. And he has links to the military family, along with the 2 guild ships that were also spotted, and their plasma reactors were registered, well, identified, and then through... Because basically every plasma reactor has its own very specific signal, and every time the Imperium or any Imperial body catches one of these signals, they record it, and the Mechanicus have got ledgers filled with all the different plasma reactors. So technically you can fuck it over by reclaiming plasma reactors, having dual plasma reactors. But this was very specific to the Santa Fe Agua Resource Transportation Guild, or the SFAFRT ship Into the Stars, which is a cargo ship, and the Venture Bounds, the Vagrant's Liberty, that's the one, and the Rogue Trader ship, the Serpent's Herald.
You know, in hindsight, the Serpent's Herald isn't exactly a particularly innocent name.
No. Out of game knowledge, no, definitely not.
Yeah,
they're definitely.
Ship. It could be an old ship.
Yep.
And it's very bad luck to rename a vessel.
Yeah. Fun fact: the whole thing about the plasma generators too is why, if some Chaos warships appear, they actually know that the Chaos warships, without even needing visual contact. So the endurance is still on most Imperial records.
Oh yeah. It's how they know of, like, when basically any old ship from the up to like some Forge Worlds used to know which colonies truly came from Mars, because they could check their plasma reactor, like their oldest plasma reactors, because they would have been from the ships that they deconstructed to. But that was 30k. That's long past now.
That wasn't even 30k. That's 2k. Or not 2k. 20k.
Well, yeah, 20k. So you do have some options. I will give you a reminder.
Mm-hmm.
You know of a noble who works with transportation on this world. Her name is Sarah, and she's the leader of the Poison Kiss.
Shall we go talk to her? Get in contact with her?
I just look at Liliana. Like, more your contact than ours.
We kind of have to anyway. I mean, it would be impolite for us to not go talk to her and, give her our cut of the profits.
I'm pretty damn sure she's already taken her cut. It's more to go there and remind her that we're back.
In that case, all the same, we still have to go talk to her anyway. We still have to thank her, because, like it or not, she helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So just as a reminder, you do remember that she has to come from the upper hive, down to the lower hive.
Which is why we just
is in charge of. But if you want to go and see her, if you just want to call her up on the comms, that's a different story.
Yeah, organize a meeting. Just talk to one of her lieutenants, basically. Organize a meeting for the next day or so.
Doesn't that work too? But isn't this column, technically speaking, in the upper hive?
Yes.
It's not technically speaking, it is.
So, technically speaking, it's on the way.
Yes, where to?
Potentially.
So, Liliana, you would at least be well aware she does keep what happened. She keeps the connection between her and the poison kiss strictly a secret. You can arrange, you can call her up and try and arrange shit like that,
Wait.
just as a reminder.
Isn't her club in the Upper Hive too?
No.
No.
Poison kiss territory
then
is all low hive.
Oh, then I'm misremembering. I apologize. Should go
Still
to
need to
there.
conquer the low high.
It's a long time ago. No, she's a rich aristocrat who is trying to help bring stability to the Underhive in a very unorthodox kind of way. It seems to be working, Yeah.
Alone came 5 psychopaths and cleaned up the place.
Pretty much. Some civilians burned, but oh well, they're with the God Emperor now. So you, by all means, you can basically send a message to her people and pass it along. If you want to arrange a meeting.
Yeah.
Yep, that works for me. Unless the rest of the group doesn't want to do that, because technically speaking, it's just a formality.
Well, we're going to need to, question her about the whole nobles and shit on world. So it doubles, Jim.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm a bit out of that meeting. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So when it comes to what you've asked, I don't think you've asked all that much information from Ceres about the nobility. You know a little bit that Hoffer's a degenerate, and then you found out, oh yeah, he is a real degenerate. And so are some other nobles. But she does at least know of them and does dealings with them, as they're the major houses. It's entirely up to you. If you want to send a message, it will take, or possibly take, a couple of days.
That's what I'm thinking, like
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
organize a meeting with her. It'll happen in the next couple of days, and then we do something in the interim.
Okay, so if we're working on a timeline, we arrange a meeting for like 2 days from now. We take that time in between to go down and show the structure to an Inquisitor, or whoever has to go there.
Sounds good.
Plus, that gives Mordecai a reason to go see his lady friend.
Yeah, I think try and set up the meeting. I don't think it'll be 2 days. I think it'll be 2 or 3 or 4 days, honestly, just because nobility.
True. I mean, technically speaking, we have 7 days still. Well, 6.5. But
You keep track of that. So, short.
yeah.
Getting tired of tracking days.
You, I imagine probably you or Tiffany rings up the poison kiss. It should probably be Tiffany, because she rings up, has a chat with Urza for a while, gets a message sent across. You're probably gonna lose about half a day, half of this day at the very least, waiting for the phone call. But if you're going to go down to the Underhive, you'll need to take sort of some provisions out.
Yeah.
How are you getting down there? Are you going to drive down there, or are you going to walk? You can only drive so far, by the way. You are going to have to leave the vehicle at one point.
We can drive up to Sarah's old base, or technically speaking, is it a...
You could drive down. You can drive down. It'll be a little. You will have to navigate the area to try and find an area for a vehicle to go down, because you've only walked it, so you know of a walking path. Because Ceres is in the part where it is, normal people don't live. Only this is where like you'd fight over shit in Necromunda kind of territory, but the very top of it, the least stabby area.
I mean, how long did it take for us to reach the Wild Wardens on foot after we knew the routes and we knew how to reach the outpost?
Like 2 days.
No,
I
was
don't
it?
think it
that
was
long.
2 days.
I think it was a full day's
Takes you
march.
about 8 hours.
Yeah.
Because you're also now in the middle hive, which is higher up. So from your, and then you go to the last elevator. And then you go down. Okay, no, it genuinely does take you about 34 hours to go from where you are walking. This is not driving.
Yeah. It's because we got transport last time to somewhere, and then we walked the last remaining stretch.
But for example, for you guys to drive down now, it would take you around 8 hours, 9 hours to drive down. Once you get to Ceres's level, you'll have to give me a navigate surface test, and that will determine how extra, how much longer you have to drive around looking for a space to drive up to Ceres's. But then from Ceres's onwards, you could attempt to drive down, but it's going to get real hairy the further down you go.
Okay. Yeah, I think we drive down, park them up, and then walk the rest.
Sure, you can certainly do that.
I mean,
Do
that's
you
more of
want
a-
to take any gang members with you?
What do you guys think?
Sounds like a good plan to me.
I don't think we need to
Sure.
take any gangers with us, do we?
We don't need to take gangers unless we want to trade something with them down there.
Yeah.
I mean, we're taking the tech priests down there, aren't we?
yeah.
Well, yeah, but
It's up to you. You're better. You're more knowledgeable about whether we need escorts or not.
I don't
would
think we need an
say no.
escort.
I think we would first need to whip our escorts back up into shape.
Yeah, I actually think that if we were going to do that, and we weren't taking the tech priests or anything, and are going for a bit of an excursion down there, bringing the gang members to look after the vehicles. If we can't stash them somewhere secure, that would be good. But if we're going down with the tech priests, where they have like a place that we can store them, use a servitor to really secure the area, that's fine. Also, we can steal a bit of space because I've got a bike. So I'll take the bike. You guys drive.
yeah, we can do that.
Hang on, does anyone actually have operate surface?
I have operate surface. Two
I do.
ticks.
Basic? 2 tips? Okay, sweet.
How much agility do you have?
I have 43 agility with 2 ticks in operate surface and 1 tick in navigate surface.
I have 46 agility, 2 ticks in operate surface, 1 tick in navigate surface.
Okay, that shouldn't be too bad then. But yeah, I'll take my bike. You guys take the car. You'll need
I'll
the air.
drive.
Yeah, you drive. Oh, Eris, or not Eris, Winters. What have you got agility and operate wise?
Not that much. I have
Also, I
operate,
will
but
take Beethoven along.
Please don't put your tokens on the car. Put your tokens next to the car, and I'll put you to the front.
I was about to ask.
Someone just disappeared after the vehicle, never to be seen again. But
That was me, but I got lucky.
Yeah. You need to move the jeep to back.
No, I'm pushing all of you forwards so I don't
Okay.
accidentally have you go underneath something later on.
I was trying to just hide a tiny bit under the car, and you put nobody up.
You phased through the vehicle. All right. Winders, Mordecai.
Wait, are you taking
Move
Tiffany?
your ass.
Oh, no. Tiffany's staying behind. Sorry, she's just next to me. I drag her. Mistake. You can stay back. Unless she wants to go on a road trip.
No, we're already limited in space.
I was too zoomed in. I was like, where's this car you're talking about? Because I didn't realise there was a bit to the side.
Fair. Ooh, Amy got a new token.
Maybe.
It's in the. God damn it.
Yeah, it's a token that you guys have access to, and I set it to portrait by accident. I couldn't be bothered to change it.
That's fine. Shit.
I'll have you know that's a custom job
Ooh.
Yeah.
because you cannot find modern day bird girls. Just doesn't happen. They're all fantasy hybrid shit.
Of course. There's always a lot of furry shit.
I mean, technically speaking, you can, but that's going down a path on the internet that is not very fun.
It's a 50-50 whether you see something you really don't want to say.
So
I think it's just a 50-50. Yeah. 30-30.
you have some options. You have an extra space in the vehicle. If you want to take a ganger or someone else along with for the ride, you can.
Do we have an extra?
Tiffany does have a luck shield.
Oh yeah, it does.
If you want to take her to the Underhive, sure.
Did we get the open top version or the?
So technically, it's the closed top, but
Okay.
VV and the other tech priests, knowing that that they need to go down to the Underhive, the vehicle is not acceptable for. They've taken the top off, so it is now open top.
Okay, so the open top version is like +3.
Well, it should be 8 people in total. There are 2 servitors at the front, which are kind of.
Good point.
Could fit you all in, so I made some room.
I say either bring a ganger or bring Tiffany.
I'll bring Tiffany. I'll ask her if she wants to go down. Oh, if she says yes.
Not when you're not in the open. God damn it! Wait till you go to a bedroom.
I knew the moment it came out of my word you were going to say that.
Mordecai gets shunted out of the way as you make space for Tiffany. So, I believe now you do have a comm system with you. You were given one. Your gunship also has been upgraded, so it has a comm system as well. But you actually have a broadcaster, so you can take that with you, so you can be informed for a while, of any messages. Because again, Ceres is not in her base at the moment, so yeah.
Okay. Oop. So we good to go then?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay. So, 8 hours later, Darius, Ezio, can you give me a navigate surface?
Yep.
Please don't crash the car. Please don't crash the car. Please.
That's
Hey!
an upgrade surface.
No,
That's navigate surface.
Navigate surfaces for them to find their way through the underhive.
I will just be following Darius.
I have
least
1
6
point
points.
more. I am in the scout vehicle. Thank God I have a flak helmet.
As you're going, so you've gone through the mundane parts of the underhive. You've queued up in traffic, shown your tickets. For also, good point, new day. So everyone, well, actually no, it'd probably be the drivers of the vehicles. Can you take out 15 thrones for moving on expressways, express lines?
Yep.
And imagine like it was probably Castella who was like, oh no, you need to put the vehicle to the business's name, because then you can pay just one fee and all the passengers are covered by the business. She would have told you some nonsense like that. So your transporter is just 15 thrones to use the express lanes every day. But yeah, it takes you a little while to get onto those, to get into those roads. But after half an hour or so, you're comfortably moving at a decent speed past all the peasants working for certain businesses. You get onto the big transit elevators. Unfortunately, they're still just as slow as ever, especially where you're moving with a transport vehicle. Takes a little while to get down on the elevators, but you basically make up all the speed as you're traveling down through the floors. It's about as you get to Poison Kiss territory. Perhaps Tiffany's like looking out at this point, and at least for the tech homies in the back. Oh, hang on a minute. There is no room for Tiffany. We need a Winters. Never mind, I forgot.
God damn it, Winters.
There's not a Winters station.
Shame on you.
This is why we tell you to move the token.
Shame. Shame.
You were forgotten.
You're left behind.
Too late. We're already down there.
I feel like the body
Shouldn't come.
Oh, we're just fucking. Oh wait, no, we can bring Tiffany. I can bring Tiffany on the back, or I can bring Winters on the back.
There you go.
Yeah, I think.
No. Winters goes in the back.
There you go.
I think that works too.
Too close.
Stop struggling. Other people around. So yeah, she's pointing out old gang territories and seeing a few faces from the old days, and that's when Darius goes to take a right, but quickly swings around and no, I want to go left. And Ezio kind of does a big old turn, but it's just there's a few moments where you start slowing down. The deeper down you go. Unfortunately, as you get down a few floors using old transportation tubes, basically, you do have to basically drive through a couple of old wrecks. This, Darius would probably slow up as the roads close because of a burnt out old wreck, and Ezio slowly drives through, pushing the wrecked vehicle out of the way before heading on down. The darkness and claustrophobic nature of the hive is intensified now that you're coming into the underhive, and buildings and rubble buildings have fallen, leaving rubble strewn across the road. Darius, this is far more annoying for you and Mordecai, because you're having to swerve in and out, paying closer attention to the road, but you're not driving stupidly fast, so you don't need to do a test for this. You can operate the vehicle well enough normally. Ezio, you're able to drive over some of the smaller rubble. Your vehicle's big and tough enough to be able to handle this, but you take a couple of wrong turns, or you're looking for an area for a transit tube down and round to where you think Ceres's area was, and it just takes you a little bit longer. Unfortunately, it's 10 hours for you to travel from the Raven Court to Ceres's Oh, it was something stupid like a satellite space relay system or some such nonsense that she found down there. But eventually, you do find it. So you literally just want Ceres to go back into her hole, basically.
I mean, we want the comms network and all reinforced again.
Yes.
And the tech priests are gonna want was it Archeotech? It wasn't Archeotech, but it was like the tech ley lines basically.
Yeah, so Winters is going to hack into the Hive's communication system and energy grid. Basically, all stuff that's for some weird reason still using this Archeotech, comms relay system that was put in thousands of years ago. Well, it's still functioning, so they just add onto it as the system goes higher.
That's
so very 40k. So sure, she can be dropped off. At least one servitor and a servo skull ends up going with her. I don't know why they're on the piss like that, but they are. She sounds a little bit salty as she's like, "Okay, I shall return."
Well, it's only to maintain this for now. Like you can swap out with each and every. Swap out with the tech priest, I suppose. Like, I don't exactly want to keep her down there because she's very useful. You get what I mean?
She would probably say straight out that Thingy isn't welcome. The other tech priest, Varys.
Varys? Oh, the very, I suppose, a conservative one, I suppose.
Yeah, he's Venrir. Sorry, Venrir. Venrir. Venri. It's alright, yeah. Venri. Venri is very to the code of the Adeptus Mechanicus religion. So everything must be in a standard template construct printout, or you cannot deviate from it. You must hop on your leg 36 times for the 36 bolts that fell from the Omnissiah's butthole and all this shit. So he's, a little bit overbearing even for members of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Or at least for this group, anyway.
Okay, that's very unfortunate. Because having Ceres up top would be very useful. We cannot allow VV to be anywhere but the deep place because
VV
the morale boost.
VV's going down to look at it and be like, okay, so what is this? That's his guy. He's not actually going down there to live down there. He doesn't want to be in the Underhive.
I wouldn't even allow that.
Oh, just so we're aware, so VV is very small. He's very short. He has a servo harness on. The last time you saw him, he would have been very much equipped to deal with engineering problems, basically. He's not equipped like that anymore. He does have his toolkit, utility mechadendrite on one of the servitor arms. He does have a basically an arc welder flamer type deal on the other part for burning through, melting shit. He has his plasma cutter installed, and he has I think it's a melee attachment. No, sorry, he has a optic on one, and then he also has another. He also has another mechadendrite that's been added recent-ishly, which is a servo claw. So he does look like he's come quite prepared for battle. He doesn't look like he's here on a vacation.
Okay.
Okay.
He's still cuddly though.
He is.
Yeah.
I cannot deny this.
Okay.
So it's from this point. You can, if you want, choose to drive down, or you can choose to walk down. Now, walking down, you know the path from here, but it is going to take the standard amount of time. If you are driving, it will go quicker if your dice rolls are good.
How long does it take by foot?
It will take you 6 hours to get to the fungus farm. It will take you from this point again 8 hours to get to the checkpoint, and 12 hours to get to the base. So an extra 3.
That's by foot, right?
Yeah, that's by foot.
All right, I'm going to tell my passenger to get back in the car so I have full maneuverability again. Much. So shall we go to? Could we take the? I mean, taking the car down just means we need to make navigate surface tests and operate surface tests, right?
Yes, pretty much.
And so long as one of us can really make the navigate, it's just the operate that we need to really worry about.
So operates normally when you come into difficult terrain or hairy circumstances, like when you're being chased. At the moment, I'm basically saying that you're doing like 20-30 miles an hour, maybe less than that, but it's still a lot faster than walking. So you're not pushing it on the speed side, you're just being more careful. You can go faster, as the orcs like to say, but that does put a negative onto your maneuverability, your handling.
Okay. Well, I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you think?
So walk down or take the vehicles?
The only thing I'm afraid of is if we reach a difficult patch along the way, and we have to leave the cars down there with a single servitor protecting them. How long would it take for us to go by foot?
12 hours to get there in total. Right?
Yep.
I'll flip a coin.
I think we could just hoof
You
it.
do need to call out one before.
Yeah.
You need to say like, I'm going to flip a coin.
No.
Heads, I'll go down, and then you push the button, because then you.
I mean, that's more for me personally to vote. That's my mental. One
Yeah,
was on
but
foot and two.
if we don't know what you're calling for, then it could be anything, and you're just like, yeah, we'll go with this. So we need
True,
it for
true.
our
True, but I was going to
vibe.
say, I was just going to flip and leave it at that. I was going to say what it was. But again, that's still on foot. I flipped the coin. It came down foot for me.
All right.
So come
Yeah.
on, peasants. Unless
I think we
anyone
have
else
it.
wants to have a say, you're walking down.
Yeah. I'm hoofing it.
So as you all leave the vehicle, the servitor and the servo skull that Vivi brought get down and take up rank next to him. He looks quite surprised when you guys are like, what, you're not going to leave the servitor with the vehicles?
No, I mean, gotta put the vehicles in a secure spot and just request that
You
know
are
the
next to
servitor wanted.
Ceres's. You are
Yeah,
next to Ceres's place when you're leaving them. So
Is Sarah's army of stuff still here, or did she bring
No.
those up further?
no, most of it she took with her. Like that's why in the briefing when you were all meeting for the first time, in her little corner there were a shitload of servitors because she brought up all the inquisitorial members that she Cerberized and the other servitors that she hijacked from the small enclaves on world.
I forgot that's where she got her servitors from.
Yeah, Yeah, she stole them.
I actually forgot about that. Fuck.
She sold them and made them and repurposed them.
Well, they did die, so it's fine. Alright.
Oh, that's what she says. So, you can leave the vehicles technically in your old base that you set up down here. There's enough space for you to be able to get them back there, and you know they're out of sight as long as you leave them here. That is. And Ceres does have one servitor guarding that entrance. She can move it up a bit further, so it's now guarding your entrance and her like sanctum's entrance.
Okay.
Okay.
So, as you decide to walk down, you get about 3 hours in. You walk past a cave where those weird bat things attacked you, and you send up stabs of light from your stab lights, and you know you don't see the creatures hanging from the wall this time. You're like, okay, well, thank the Emperor. Carry on going. Winters is probably wondering why everyone's checking the ceilings and shit, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, so it's probably about 3 hours in when you get a comm bead over your comms. I imagine, well, no, it'd probably be to your whole team. Ceres informs you that you have someone is trying to contact you through the Voxcaster. You want them to be put through?
Yep.
Mordecai, you hear a familiar voice. Although I can't remember how her voice went, we're just going to go with a higher pitch one.
Scottish. It's always Scottish.
It's always Scottish. He's not wrong.
If you insist. It's the Wild Wardens calling the Ravencourt. We're under attack by some weird mutant thing. They're coming out of nowhere. There seem to be hundreds of them, if not thousands. We're holding the line at the moment, but we don't know for how long the Lazpaks will last. We need your assistance, or the Poison Kisses assistance.
Oh, fuck. Alright.
Oh,
Double time it.
alright.
Double time it.
Yep.
I'm confused.
let's go.
Send a response to let them know we're on our way.
I didn't bring my good gear. All I've got is my pistols.
Why don't you ever bring your gear?
Do you know how hard it is to get carapace armor and a full automatic shotgun through security?
I know. I will. So this is any equipment that you couldn't get through security. That's what the crate was for. So your carapace armor and shotgun would have been in the crate.
Yeah.
That's
You
kind of what I
knew
figured.
you were going to the Underhive, and you knew you were going to be in a vehicle where you could hide shit.
Okay,
So
so I
if
would
you
have
want
been
to
able to stash
actually-
my
yeah,
gear. Okay.
This is a time when if you wanted to bring good equipment with you, you can.
Yeah, alright.
I will point out heavy equipment
Not so much.
I will have to do a roll for heavy equipment. But for light equipment and normal standard basic melee equipment and shooting equipment, you can hide in a vehicle.
Okay, so my carapace armor and a rifle or two I can stash in the boot, in the trunk, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's not like VV is really hiding the fact that he's a tech priest, and his servitors definitely weren't really, people could tell when a servitor's clinging onto the front, even if they've got a robe over them just to hide them a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, and so I do actually have my good gear on me. Never mind.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
we're heading down to the Underhive. I would have figured we've bought good gear.
I mean,
Yeah. Why
I have
wouldn't
been
we?
down here before, only using my fucking only using my the Magnum and a couple of other shit. So,
The Ripper
And how
gun.
did that turn out for you? Wasn't that when you passed out to a vampire?
no, that was when we were in the. That was in Ceres's base.
Ah, oh yeah.
Remember, that's when we fucking Vietnam crawled through a sewer tunnel.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All I had was a lighter at the time. We didn't have stab lights.
Yes. Okay, so from your current position, it's going to take you 3 hours to get to the fungus farm. Another 2 hours to get to the front line. And then an additional 3 hours to get to their main base. I'll leave it up to you how you want to do this. If you just want to do like rush to their fungus base, you can. You'll just need to give me one athletics check. It'll probably be with a +20 because you're just starting out. If you're trying to run all the way down to their base, then it will be at a -20.
Right.
I don't think I'm capable of huffing it all the way to their base.
I'm rushing to the base all the way through.
I think we take him from behind. Like you said, the front line is the checkpoint. Go for. I think go for the fungus farm.
Okay, if you're going to the fungus farm, it's a +20.
Athletics check, is that?
Yes, athletics.
Could I justify toughness for long distance running?
Yes, I would allow that because that's one of the options.
In that case, my no would be last bet. Instead of three,
Oh,
would I be a
fuck's
two?
sake, fucking.
How is everyone's athletics so good?
It's with a +20. It's not so good.
And I'm
Mine is
gonna
a
fate point that.
33. Well, it would be for a 40, 41 with toughness.
I will be following the group though, seeing as none are going.
Holy shit!
I heard my baby calling it. I'm just booking it.
Is that with a +20?
That's with the +20, yeah.
Okay.
You don't have it doesn't have athletics, so.
Winters, can I get an athletics check with either a +20 or a -20?
My baby's in danger.
My baby needs me.
Wait, Mordecai, is that your strength or is that your toughness?
Wait, plus minus or plus or minus 20? I'm
Plus
confused.
20.
+20.
Yeah.
That's
You can do,
That's my strength,
+20 or
but-
minus.
but my toughness is basically identical anyway.
Uh-huh.
Was it meant to be rolled with strength or toughness?
Either.
Either.
The
Okay,
two
yeah.
options that are there.
With strength, I do have a natural strength 1 as well, so that should be an additional degree of success. For what it's worth.
Sure, I can roll with that. So, Winters, if you put down 1 fatigue,
Will do.
which basically has no effect at this point. You get to the fungus farm in an hour and a half. However, Ezio takes off. Doom, straight past you.
I
Catch
will
up
be
with
following
you.
the group
No,
instead.
no. You've rolled now. You're like, come off. We'll come back to you. So Ezio just disappears into the darkness.
Fuck this
You
shit, I'm out.
guys, as you're
He's
looking
fucking
round,
running.
are like, you've gone along to the fungus farm. Well, as you look into the fungus farm, all the mutants that once worked this area are all dead. Like they
Oh,
have
yeah,
been ripped apart. Blood has drenched this entire area. For those of you who don't have Jaded, can I get a willpower test with a +20? You've seen worse, but if anyone, just in case they don't have it yet, this would be a time when, blood, guts, and viscera sprayed up the wall. The fungus has like this rust-coloured stainage all over the tops of them. Does everyone have Jaded?
I certainly do.
I have it, but I'm gonna roll anyway. I'm fine.
No. You have it. You're fine. They're just mutants. It's fine. Sadly, however, you do look down. For those of you who notice it, and I'll say it's those of you who have been here before, you see the shredded apart remains of the porcupine girl.
No, I liked her.
Protect her.
It's not dick tits. Can it please be dick tits?
No.
Yeah, can it be the one we
in the
hate?
brothel in their base, dude. It's not gonna be dick tits.
It could be though.
Oh yeah, for Winters, for reference, there's a mutant with dicks for tits.
And tits for dicks.
Yeah,
Okay.
and she's part of the brothel.
Okay.
Because of course the mutants have a brothel.
I mean, if you're gonna fuck, you're gonna fuck.
So, Ezio,
Oh fuck.
you've taken off. You are now an hour ahead of the rest of the group. So, for the rest of the group, you're now like moving along quickly to see what's done this, what's happened, moving up.
Real quick, was the gear of the mutants gone?
No, their equipment would still be there. A lot of it has been broken in two. It doesn't look like there are many las guns up here.
Yeah.
It looks like this area, from a quick glance, you see a lot of muskets and home-built weapons that are basically just single-shot rifles and things of that nature. Really shoddy pieces of shit.
Okay.
So Ezio, as you've run
Need to
past,
clarify.
you come to the opening area where the outpost should begin. Now, as a reminder from last time, it's almost as if this is a car park or some area that used to be there, like a Walmart car park, a Tesco's car, massive though, huge. It's had structures built up in the corners at one point, but they've long since been demolished. There are buildings that have been built in there and in that area. There's only one entrance that leads into the Wild Warden's base area. Ezio, as you come up into this large area where in the middle used to be their watch station, give me an awareness check with a -10 because of the light levels in here.
I think we all have photo contacts.
I was about to look for it.
Okay,
Yeah, we
if
do.
you have photo contacts, then
I
the
do have
negative
photo
is-
contacts.
Okay, cool. Then that is removed. Okay, give me a stealth check. -10. It's a very large area, fortunately. As you come running round into this quite large open area, remembering that there should be a secure outpost, and then leading through that, past the outpost, through this tunnel arch, collapsed rubble, leads into the Wild Warden's home area. Well, you were there when you saw thousands of weird, mutated vampire creatures. And as they were shut behind a hangar door, well, for most of you, you may have thought that that was the end of them. But oh no. You see that these creatures seem to be pouring in from either side of the room. They've destroyed the outpost. That's gone. They're just funneling themselves through into the Wild Warden's territory.
They do move in herds.
Boy.
What do you do, Ezio?
I would like to keep stealthy and... Are they in combat range?
It's a little
My team?
staticky. It's a little staticky, but they would be in range just because of all the concrete that's between you lot.
I give a status report. Also say there are many, many vamps coming.
Okay. Telling you fuckers to double time it. I want to continue running.
Also, it might be worth it to call in some allies.
Yeah. Oh,
Can I give a rough head count? How many heads do I tell?
Thousands.
This
An
I'm out.
absolutely retarded number. However, you do see through the portal, through the arch domed rubble collapsed tunnel that leads into their territory and your former guardsmen, there are just flashes of red. Like as you see creatures disappearing into the darkness of the tunnel, at the end of the tunnel you just see consistent flash of trained volley fire, basically.
Right. Oh, fuck.
We're still far away from this, right?
Yeah.
You are an hour away.
So I say the mutants are in heavy combat with them and are practically overrun.
And we do know that the mutants you're speaking of are the vampire freaks, right?
Well, I am more talking about Mordecai's friends.
Yeah, me and Mordecai's friends.
Yeah. No. It's just you did tell us the vampires are there too, right? That's what I mean.
Yeah, I also said they're there with the stupid amount.
Okay. I will just say while running, do you think this might be why Nutella said the world will burn?
Unless these things are bringing fire or using fire tools, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, but if this is an infestation to the point where it's going to flood into the city,
Yeah. If these things get out, they're not stopping.
Yeah. This looks like a potential exterminator in the making.
No, not for mutants, Stacy.
Did you say that on the comms?
No.
If they were gene stealers and this was a gene stealer game, maybe, but they're not.
They're an offshoot gene stealer. They're always an offshoot gene stealer.
Oh, fucking hell.
No,
Right,
like
I
you had
mean-
chemical testing done on the creature. You know it's just a very strange breed of mutant. Or that
So,
Ceres knows.
I guess this would be multiple regiments of guard that would come to
Yeah,
deal
this
with
is artillery.
came
This is
out.
a lot of artillery strikes.
So if this
maybe.
happened in a hive, essentially the PDF or the enforcers would deal with it if they came up into the lower hive. If they stayed in the underhive, the Imperium would give two shits. If they started coming up and scaring, like killing off the worker force, then they'd be like, okay, let's go and kill these monsters.
Not quite. They would lock down the entrances and exits of the underhive, and like have mini footholds, basically. But they wouldn't divert all their forces just to clear out the underhive.
Oh no, they wouldn't bring in the guard or anything like that.
No.
Mutant killing is a good PDF training exercise. It's a good enforcer training, you know.
Right, hang on, let me see.
But so there's probably not thousands. As you have an hour to sit back. You're probably looking at hundreds, but the way that their bodies they're all this really pale white complexion that just they meld together almost as they're running. Give me another awareness check. This time you get a plus 20 because you're doing it over an extended amount of time. This is whilst the rest of them are running down. On the radio, you do hear. Oh, go ahead, it's your. Okay.
I would also have told them to maybe report this to the Inquisitor.
Yeah, maybe. You get updates from Amy. Basically, the first update comes when the outer barricade the outer outpost has been lost, falling back. The tunnel has been lost, falling back. She's giving what to Darius would be a very consistent update on their situation. Genuinely something that you might have a standalone radio operator doing just on the normal frequency on a front line battle, not something you would normally do on a special operations sort of thing.
No. This is very much just a radio operator desperately updating reinforcements and command. Yeah.
And she's way out of her, like, this is not the combat they're trained for, fighting with mutants against a horde of mutants. It's just, life experiences teach you things. So you're getting.
I don't suppose we could get our cutters down here.
No. Well, no. No. So Ezio, as you're laying low, looking around. So to start off, you've got more than enough degrees to see that there are actually two other entrances. The creatures haven't really noticed it, but you can see that there's actually a auxiliary maintenance hatch. Like, a doorway is there, and although the door is very old and quite rusted, you reckon that's like when you were in the place last time where your gang made camp. You were looking at panels, and you remember seeing that there was a door that matched up this rusty. You didn't really think of it at the time. But then you also see there's a catwalk. It's rickety looking scaffolding, but you do see an entrance that would lead you think at least, onto the scaffolding, and then you would be above the creatures as they're trying to flood in. You also note one other thing. The creatures have slowed somewhat as basically the shooting has kept up its force for, almost an hour now. It's just been keeping this, but now it's started to wane. Like, you're seeing individual lights start flashing in rather than this repetitive red. You're now seeing what looks like, fire at will kind of territory of firing. And as the creatures have kind of stopped, and they're slowly starting to speed up as more of them are getting through and spreading out, one of them has a device. There's something metal on its temple. And then you notice another one. And another one. It's definitely not all the creatures, but maybe 1 in 10, 1 in 20 has a weird metal stud on their temple. By the time the rest of the party arrives, you see Ezio hunched down. He's in the right position where you guys basically see him, and he's just motioning you with guard hand signs. Get down, stay quiet. As you all move up into position, the last of them is making their way through.
Through the mutants, or
the weird vampire mutants. As the rest of the group get there, the last tail end of the horde is pushing its way through the tunnel. The tunnel is quite long, just as a reminder.
Yeah.
It's not a short thing.
Did you say there was? Or I'm turning to the Ezio here, and you said there were side entrances, right?
yeah, there are multiple entrances. I point to the side entrance, and I also point to the catwalk.
Which do you think's fastest?
I look at the gym.
Wait,
How the fuck do you look at the GM?
your eyes roll to the back of your brain to try to listen to that voice in your head.
He stares up. Dear God, Emperor, Master.
Yes, Godmaster, tell me the. You're not quite sure. You think they might be the same speed. You've never travelled them before. You know one of them's gonna more than likely give you a vantage point shooting wise, and one of them looks like it's on the same level.
Well, the catwalk will give us a shooting point vantage. The other one will be at the same level as them. I wouldn't recommend getting in close and dirty with them.
We may have to. Right. Real quick, who's good at shooting?
I am.
Sort of, technically.
Are you any good at melee, Winters?
No.
Alright, you two go take the catwalk. Do we split go tunnel? The side tunnel? So how long would it take me to get to the main tunnel?
Maybe 5 minutes if you run, because you're running through across a big car park, and then you'd get to the hole that leads.
Yeah, that gives me like 2 minutes.
Down.
Yeah, 2 minutes to get ahead of me.
Just slight problem. We have more cover on the catwalk, technically speaking.
You would, yeah, but are you? I guess, yeah, Sigers. Right, all of you go catwalk.
I also don't think it's advised. I also don't think it's out of the ordinary should their vampires show up at the catwalk.
They might climb up. That's the only thing.
Does it look like they can climb up?
We saw them climbing all over the walls in that hangar bay.
Yeah, they
It
can
doesn't
climb.
look like they can just shoot up and scurry up the walls.
Yeah.
Where it's a proper catwalk, so it overhangs. They would literally have to either punch their way through the metal, which maybe they could do, possibly, or they'd have to hang on the floor and monkey hang all the way along and then climb themselves over onto the catwalk, which is quite difficult. It's doable, but quite difficult.
I'm thinking, could I borrow one of the shields of Mordecai or Liliana.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I go to the side tunnel and try and get as close to the mutants as I can. The actual or the friendly mutants, the wild wardens. You guys go from the catwalk, give support, psychic support, firing support, everything. Because most of my weapons are up close and personal. I can gut punch something nice and easily. I have a few rifles that might help, but a majority of my stuff is up close and personal.
I'll go with you then.
Right, you be the shield, and I'll be the gun.
Yes, and I might be able to make you hit a bit harder. I've been
Okay.
learning, and I pat the armor case. It's like on my belt or wherever it is, like permanently attached to me.
Just one slight issue. We're literally splitting this very tiny group,
Yep.
and there
Yeah.
are like hundreds of them. That is not wise at all, because
No.
if one of you go down, or one of us go down,
Well, you got the medic.
still,
We're losing time here. What I'm telling you is, we're going to need a distraction for them as well. And if we can split the diversion 3 ways, it'll be better than 2.
why do I hate this plan?
And if you stay here, you can help in case they get up there with them as well.
Yeah, you have psychic bolts of fucking fuck
Bullshittery.
you, twist shit.
Of course I do, but if either one of you goes down, how do we save you?
We won't.
We won't go down. We can't afford to.
It sounds especially like just don't die.
Pretty much.
All right.
I'm just gonna
At this point, I'm
raise
grabbing
my-
Mordecai's shoulder and beginning to move.
flashbacks to his
You either follow us or go to the catwalk or follow us right now because we're losing time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna point to the two of you. Don't you fucking dare die! And I'm gonna go towards the catwalk.
Alright.
And as we move off, I'm going to cast Hammer Hand because I can sustain it for free.
Okay.
Let me just
Alright.
get the bits up.
I will be casting Mental Fortitude with the people that are next to me.
Cool. We'll work that out in just a second when I put you on the map. So I want those and those.
I have a natural strength 4.
Me or you?
You.
Holy shit, okay. Fucking hell.
So long as you stay within 20 meters of me.
Okay. Fucking class. Alright.
I also put it on myself. I could put it on 2 more people, but it's just us 2, so.
Do you split the strength, or does it give it to everybody?
It's to everyone.
Neat.
Yeah, so technically I have a natural strength 5 because it's plus 4. But yeah. And it wasn't even doubles.
Hey.
Right. Sorry about that. Well, I'm going to have to do some initiative rolls. But if you were going to the catwalk, you want to go down south on the map. When you see a blue box and a lightened area, you'll know that that is where you need to be. For those of you who went through the door, you run through, and it does appear to be it almost looks like a Mechanicus maintenance hatch, only it's not nearly as narrow. There's not as much open technology. Everything's like boxed away and very cleanly finished, but rusted and old. You come out of the door and you're on the street, and you can see the creatures are attacking down south. For those of you on the catwalk, they're attacking up north.
Just to make sure, it is myself, Tiffany, Vivi, the servitor, the servers goes, Winters, and Ezio on the catwalk, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Hearing all that, I'm like,
Technically,
you really
yes,
should have
but-
just come with us. But
I
The
think the extra
servitor
protection for them up at
is,
the catwalk is going to be
yeah,
better.
yeah.
The servitor is not going to be in the battle. Apologies, but too many NPCs. He's
The
just
fucking
watching
servitor
over
is
here.
not going to fucking catch up with us anyway.
Yeah.
No, he's in
I
cohesion.
don't know, man.
You know, he can keep up with VV.
Oh,
But
fair enough.
he won't be, unfortunately. Do I have all these things acting on one initiative? It'd be easier, but it'd also be a bit Judas. Yeah, let's do it that way. Yeah, why not? It'll be easier that way, and I do need to change that, I think. Because that's not with agility bonus, is it? No, it's not.
So me and Mordecai at the top, in the red box.
Yes, in the red box.
Wink.
Oh god damn it, my thing didn't get fucking through. Hang on. Click that. Is it on the sheet? You click it?
Agility. Yeah, it's so it's just under your agility score, and next to your fate points, it's initiative and agility.
Hey, Corn says we must be together to share the blood.
Oh, brilliant.
I mean, what?
I rolled a 4, my base is 4. Yeah, okay. Oh boy. That's a card. It's fucking sweet.
No, that's Amy actually.
Do you want me to use Tiffany like a companion from Holy War, or do I roll?
No, she'll need to roll. By all means, you can use her as a as basically as a servant. Well, as another character.
And now another one with a 10.
Yeah, you can use her as another character, basically, and you can control her. So if I kill her, it's your fault.
I will do everything in my power to not allow that to happen.
Well, I genuinely do hate doing this, but I'm going to do everyone on 1 agility score.
It's fine.
1 initiative. It's better when it's multiples, but oh well.
When you're working with a horde like that, you kind of have to.
Yeah, I've only got so many on the field at the moment, but there are more of them. Oh my days, I'm getting an awful lot of 10s.
A lot of fucking 10s.
You do realize this does not bode well for us, right?
Yeah, it's not. Oh, hang on, we still need VV. So VV over here. Ah, the initiative, you're in the way now.
Hang on. 1d10 plus floor selected agility divided by 10 plus selected unassigned agility.
Oh, it's because if the token is not assigned to a character sheet, it will go with unassigned and just do a 1d10. Whereas if it's assigned to a character sheet, it will. No, it's all right. Some of them are assigned because I learned about this like halfway through doing a game. So it's like, oh, great! I gotta go through all my character sheets and redo it. And I'm lazy and I haven't. Where is VV's Inquisition? That's the one. That's the one. Not the claw. Agility. Oh, sadly,
Down here. You broke
hang
the
on a
streak.
minute. Did that not
Okay.
do it? Why didn't that do? This is VV's sheet, so why didn't it do it like all of yours? That's odd.
For several of those, it's not doing the agility bonus.
Yeah,
That's
no,
fine. You just add the agility bonus anyway.
VV's it should because this
Tiffany?
token is attached, which is really, really weird, and it hasn't.
Tiffany should also be at a 10, but it's not giving her the +3 for her agility. Which is
That's weird.
strange.
No, I updated Tiffany's then because hers is on 10. Or did you roll a 10 for Tiffany?
I rolled a 7, but with her +3 agility, she would be at 10. I just changed it to 10.
Why does that say Alucard under... What?
So I think you may have had Alucard's token selected when you did it.
No, Alucard isn't on the map.
Oh, no, yeah, that's fucking Tiffany. That's Amy's token.
That's because I accidentally... Amy and Alucard are right next to each other. They are right next to each other. So it's just named Tiffany, named Amy Alucard. Let me just check her agility. Yep, her agility's fine. But she would... Oh, no, actually, her agility goes up by 1. She should have a 13. Okay, I think that's everyone now. We've got Tiffany, we've got... Yes, okay. That is everyone. So, how are we doing on time? Do we think we can do a round of combat?
I am available.
Probably better.
I'm good on my end.
Yeah.
Sad cat emoji.
Sorry.
No worries.
That's fine.
Good dude. So good. Still sad cat emoji.
At least we can see the battlefield before we end it.
Before I get you killed horrifically.
That's fine.
Oh, wait. Oh, they were bleeding in the background for me. Holy shit, that's all.
Yeah.
Do we have a melee up the catwalk?
No, you're on the catwalk.
It's
You
the
have the height
perfect position for you
advantage.
to yeah, it's a perfect position for you to start shooting the living shit out of them.
As you come on... Sorry, I was hitting the wrong button. So, as you come onto the catwalk, I can give you some more information. You come out and there's just a horde of these vampiric creatures flooding their way through. There's still the tunnels worth to go, so you know this isn't all of them. The catwalk, from a quick glance you can see, is missing 2 sections. So there's no way for, and you don't see a ladder either. So there's no way to actually get up. You're actually about 8 meters up in the air.
Ooh.
So I think you're about at the top of a 2-story building as this catwalk comes out. So not the nicest of jumps to free jump anyway. There is a seemingly somewhat put together force of wild wardens. You could see basically Alucard's second in command, who is the one that Jim gave medicine to last time, or no, sorry, not Jim. Jenny gave medicine to when you were down here before for his like bronchitis shit that was going on with his chest. He's shouting out, bellowing out orders like a proper drill sergeant kind of should, and the mutants do seem to be keeping a decent rate of fire up, but you can see that they've got to the point now where they are putting guns down and picking guns up.
Right. So running a las fire and resorting to muskets.
No. So they're putting las
It's just
guns
quicker
down.
to
Oh yeah.
No,
reload.
they've ran out of magazines. But you know, if you've only got an extra, if every gun has an extra magazine, well, it is just quicker just to grab it, start firing, for them at least. For you two up at the top, you look down and you could see a couple of derelict buildings and such. They look like, funnily enough, they look like a convenience store kind of. But never mind, too much shit going on. You see just a horde of them down the street. And that is where we will end our episode. We will have to see next time if our group can keep the casualties down, or if sadly some more beloved named mutants will be disappearing. I certainly hope everyone puts an F in chat for Porcupine Girl if you've been watching all this time. Sadness. It's good to see. So thank you all so much for watching. I certainly hope you've enjoyed. Take care, everyone, and as always, bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
F. See ya.